Hey, how's it going? It's Rock coming in with you with VOD review for Sure We Scale. They actually be playing in Nexomania versus Heavy Group Therapy. So this is actually be a fun match to review for Garden of Terror. This map in general tends to be one of the maps I really dislike. There's way too many camps and things, and it feels like you have to bring your own win condition, and it's very much so. Comes down to how well can you actually not just macro, but like take fights when it's supposed to be fights and answer things. So we'll see. All right. So our team's composition, win condition. It looks like we have the ability to do pick. So if we, if Diablo, Tychus, and Rhaegar, the three of us, if we're able to get a good flip combo, we could potentially pick. We're kind of missing a hard CC for it to be truly pick. As much as Tychus can do a lot of damage, Tychus really wants the target to be standing still for the full duration of the D. So if this was the Rhaegar is never bad. Like it's great for macro. It's great for helping with our camps and stuff on this map. So I understand why he was taken. But if you're specifically looking at this three-man as, oh, we're gonna get picks, you may not. So we anticipated them being bottom for the cheese or top for the cheese, and we found them on the top side of the cheese. So the three bottom, what do we do? We try and cheese the lane ourselves a little. Okay, it's a little weird. Um, Obviously you have junk. Oh my gosh, you guys got a tongue up there too. Okay, I was gonna say, I'm like, big picture, you have junk. Junk is one of the best anti-siegers in the game, so you guessed correctly, and you were able to pretty much stop anything that was valuable. The question becomes, what are they going to be doing? Because they had 4 top originally. There's not, or sorry, they had 3 top originally. They don't have 3 top anymore. Zeratul came bottom and is soaking the lane. They had Sonya showing middle, and so Sonya can be running off to do a camp now, or going to do the lane. So, I guess big picture, backing up to our win condition. So if we aren't playing for pick, we're playing for all in, and our all ins are going to be a little challenging, just because we can't really get to the target that we really want, right? Like our all in target really should be on top of Malfurion, and we're not really going to be able to do that. Like Red Team has drafted the Malfurion Sin, which is not drafting a save for Malfurion. Like, Malfurion's one of the best healers in the game. Great CC, great sustained healing, but he can't save himself anymore. Like, he used to have Ice Block way back in the day. And so without that, that is their weakness in their draft, is that Malfurion is the weakness. Like, he doesn't have burst heals, but he is the problem. So, since you guys are so front to back, you're going to be pretty reliant on going all in and getting kills on frontliners, just because Tychus and Junk both can't reliably dive or get to the Malfurion, right? Like if your Dahaka lands a killer drag, like maybe we can get a backline drag on Malfurion or something. Like you have tools to make it work, but this is going to be really hard to kill Malf. The other team also has Zeratul, which can be a problem. You guys don't have any guaranteed point-and-click stuns. Unless Zeratul happens to be standing next to a wall, then obviously Diablo can punish what's there. Junk's going to hate life all game, just because Zeratul can almost 100 to 0 Junk without Wrath of the Nathrezim. And once that's on there, it's going to be even harder, because he can stick to him with Vulpral Blade. So, potentially, if they engage on you guys, it's going to be tough. They're definitely a macro. This just screams macro as their win condition. They actually don't want to fight. They can fight, right? Like they have, like, okay, I'll call it macro all in. They can fight because they've got 4 stuns, right? They just leap on top of someone with Malfroots. They can, so either one for Sylvanas can be really strong, Silencing Arrow or Mind Control. There's no real wombo here for Zera, so I'm assuming Zera's going to be split pushing Wrath of the Nathrezim shenanigans and trying to blow up people by themselves. Especially with this map being so big, Zera really scales super late. So those are the 2 win conditions I see. But the other thing I said that I don't like about this map is that you have to bring your own win condition. And so what I mean by that is you have to bring something that scales, or you have to bring something that no matter what's happening on the map, you can win as soon as you win a team fight. Because the objective is so slow that it tends to not win by itself. Right? Like you get a set of 3, they get a set of 3, and you'll lose both of the all the external forts. Great. The match is now 25 minutes long, and you're both at that seed point again, right? Like the match, this map just goes on forever between the camps and the stuff that's there. So you really want to make sure that you bring some sort of late game scaling or late game to where like you can win the game, potentially even without the objective. And so I tend to think of late game scaling heroes like Zeratul, like Nazeebo, like Sergeant Hammer Vala, right? All of those things you can end the game with those heroes regardless of what's happening. Even an Illidan, right? Like if you're going like meta, Illidan can be just such a hassle to where they're able to macro and get on the core and just be able to chunk down the core, and there's not a lot you can do once Illidan's on core. So yeah, um, I think big picture, we have to play our rotations and camps very well to not get picked off by Zeratul, and their split push is pretty strong, so we need to make sure that our junk is answering wherever their split push is. So, alright. That was a lot of talking. Let's see how we're doing. So, I just lost one top. Okay. So they started as a 3-1-1. We started as a 3-1-1, or 3-0-2 to try and match and see where they were running. So I remember we found them top, so there are still 3 top. And I think Raven gets it. Yeah, that was an outrageous tongue. So unfortunately the Beatles ate the trap. But yeah, we just tanked too much there. Like let's let them push up just a little bit more, right? Because like if they push up even just a little bit more, we can use the boops from Ulysses to be able to punish them, as well as it makes it easier for you to tongue at the gate, right? So we're trying a little too hard, especially if Diablo is planning on rotating up, right? Like we could do that. So okay, so even through all of that, right? If we look at our XP, right, like it's mainly their minions that they're ahead on still, right? Like that whole mid-wave exchange where they had 3-1-1 versus our 3-0-2, right? Like they're going to be ahead minions almost the rest of the game. Like that hero kill doesn't mean much, but this minion wave stuff is going to catch up to us. So, okay. So the Hakadug bot to be able to try and take over the lanes. That way people can do macro things. That's fine. I don't know if you guys just saw Zeratul there or not, but you're warning about it. You guys are doing this very inefficiently. I'm going to quickly go back. Okay. Like, camps don't have to be perfect, but like... Okay, so we're getting that one. Well done. I'm pretty sure your Q... Like, I understand it's spell damage. Okay, so you drilled down that one. Okay, now we're queuing. There we go. This grenade is weird, right? Like, Rhaegar clears... That's what I said, it's kind of anti-synergistic. You really want to make sure that all of our lightning shield is getting the clear. Like, when everything you guys have is on the clear and the soak, like, if you don't want to die. Okay, so we got the hard camp first. They got the 2 easy camps. Okay, what do we do with it? So we're getting the easy camp next. Diablo's catching a wave. Junk's catching top. Dahaka's assisting this. I almost wonder... Okay, we'll just go. It's high-level macro question about the best use of camps early. They're showing mid. Two showing bot. Seeds in 18. Okay. Oh, so the one thing that I do know, which if you guys did this correctly, super duper bonus points to you, or I guess to both teams. The on Garden of Terror, the first seed always spawns bottom, whether it's this side or this side. It's random, but it always spawns bottom. So both teams got the top camps on the later half, so they're pushing while this is happening, which is very well done. So I was just say kudos to that. So I was just making sure that you guys had your camp choices correct. They're a little bit faster on camps just because they have Sonya and Sylv being able to do camps. Whether that be because our rotations and our lanes are a little awkward, but like, yeah. Because I'd say it's like we end up catching back on minion because they spent so much time on mercs, right? Like Diablo caught a whole wave from here while they were sending so much to try and speed clear these mercs. And then Dahaka made sure we didn't miss any bottom. So like, despite that early game weird dance that we did, like we're back up again in XP. And so now they're trying to push with the spell armor here to get an advantage on us. So if we know they're pushing, right? If we know they're pushing at all, or anytime you see Sylvanas near a lane, the first thing should be, Junk, where are you? Because Junk needs to match this. So we're fighting in the spell armor, have an attempt to get a kill. Oh boy, almost died. So they get their seed. They get Dahaka's now burrowing in. Okay. Let's back this up. They got way too much value for this camp compared to what we did. Okay. We got our camp out first and early, right? Because they did the 2 easy camps. Okay. We got this camp and then proceeded to take the middle camp. Our camp got almost a wall with just Dahaka supporting it, right? Okay. They brought 3 here. They almost got a kill on Diablo. Right? They almost kill Diablo. Almost kill... That's a tap, so half health Tychus. So it's like... And they're getting structure damage. Like, yes, they have a Sylvanas, but like... And Sylvanas didn't take Merc Queen. Right? Like, Sylvanas is possession. So this is what I'm looking at. Like, what is our decision making for camps and for what we're doing? Because like, we're just running around the map. You know what I mean? Like, as I'm like, if we get this camp early, that's fine. Let's support it. Let's get structure damage. Let's do something with it. Right? Like, I agree they have to answer, and they did answer. But if they only answer with 1, right, or they answer with the wrong heroes, we can get a push. Right? I'm going to go... I know I'm backing up a lot already in this replay. But, okay. The camp is coming, and they have only Zeratul. Zeratul can't clean this by himself. Right? Like, if you were here, if Tychus is here, if Rhaegar is here, this is a dead Zeratul if a tongue happens. Like, he's not allowed to clear this. But because it's 1 versus 1, like, okay, and then Sonya shows up, so even still, if there's a Tychus here, if the, you know what I mean? Like, let's use our team's strength to stop this. Right? Like, they ended up we still got, you know, the wall and some change, but that wasn't really from the camp. That was from earlier damage. Like, the camp, like, the damage is already done. So, we really need to make sure that if we're going to be taking camps, that the right heroes are supporting and doing the different things. So, in my opinion, like, once this camp has been taken and the stuff has been cleared, right? Like, they're going to answer here. Most teams should have the strategy or the thought in mind that we're going to gank the global. because then the global can't help other people if you're ganking the global. So he doesn't really want to be here unless Diablo absolutely must be somewhere else. Right? Like, so, like, Dahaka supporting this is huge. It's good. Right? But he needs help so we can actually get structure damage or put pressure on them. Like, both of you don't technically need to be here, but I understand we're both here to get it done quick. But then, like, we're not supporting anything down here. And then, yes, they got the middle one, so who really should be clearing this? Right? Like, this really should be Dahaka. So, as much as we will be, quote-unquote, one camp behind, right? Like, I really would have loved to have seen 3 of you guys push with this, right? Diablo, Tychus, and Rhaegar pushing with this, and having Dahaka go waddle the middle once his wave was done so he can clear this, and then if they make a rotation, he can dig in, and we can be proactive, right? Because our top is already pushed out. So Junk can come down here and do this camp if it's that important, or Junk can come over and do this camp, or Junk can come cover mid. Right? Like, you guys have enough wave clear to where we shouldn't be letting our camp die for free. Okay, we're going to look at just camps again. Okay, so our camp died for free. Now bottom camp needs to be answered. Middle camp is being answered by Ulysses, which is fine. Bottom camp is being answered by Raven. Okay, they took the hard camp top. Middle's done. Right? A middle wave needs to be soaked. Right? Okay. At right here, when the seed, like, I know the seed just popped, but in general, we should have a plan. It's their side, their seed. Right? This is going to be hard for us to invade, hard for us to do anything with. How do we play this seed? And so, most of the time, you're playing either poke, like stall them. Like, if you're on your safe side, right? Like, if you're red team, you're okay with getting value while this is sitting here because it's your side. So if you have someone that can poke or safely poke, right? Like, you can stall this out so the team can show up to help. There's no reason to quick cap this right now because they have a camp top. So similarly, you have a camp middle, right? So if you can stall, your camp middle will get value. But that would be great if it was on your side, because then you can play safe, you can get tap, right? You have lots of different angles to contest from. Versus if you're trying to attack, you only have really one, right? Like, this huge barrier is way too hard for you to be able to contest and do stuff from, right? Compared to the poking angles that this particular side has. So, yeah, I would have loved to have just at the beginning, what is our plan for this seed? Like, we see it's their side. Are we giving? Are we pushing? What are we doing? And if you guys already made that call, great. But that's the macro stuff that needs to be kind of called out when we see it. Because we knew this seed was spawning when we started this camp, at least. I think we saw it was coming at this one, too. Just the tail end. So, with that in mind, we should be making sure that we answer Sylvanas. Like, anytime there's a camp taken, especially the hard camp, but anytime there's a camp taken, we should be asking where's Sylvanas, so that way we don't get just cheesed on towers. And then if we have to ask where's Sylvanas, then that question should be where's Junkrat. Not that Junkrat's the Sylvanas counter, but Junkrat has the best chance of slowing down any siege and turning sieges into punishes. So, if possible, I know we just now saw all of them top. So I'm like, so Junkrat would have to leave now to come top. Comes top, maybe grenades himself over, so that way they can shoot and do stuff. Or maybe throws up a cheeky bomb from over the wall here to blow a new bracket, something to try and make this get value. And then on top of that, this sounds like a great opportunity to have a 5v4. Right? Like, once this minion's dead here, kind of walked into that. We're okay. So, like, right here, I want to hear, especially since Ulysses saw a bird mid, so there's 2 mid. I want to be hearing from either Memes or from Raven. I have dig. I have dig. Oh, gosh, you're no health. But yeah, this would be an absolute wonderful time to look for that, like, proactive dig. Because their weakness in their draft is Malf can't do anything. So if you dig in, Malf has to run away, woo, 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 singing the song of his people. And then you either engage on the Malf if he's running away, right? Or you engage on anyone else because Malf has blown root because he's going to die. So, like, to me, this is an opportunity to use your global to be able to punish the quote-unquote macro siege that they're doing. Zeratul is not a real hero till, like, at least 13. He really can't fight anyone till 7. Similar to how Diablo doesn't really have a real hero till 7. So, yeah, I would love to have seen this be the 5v4. Or at least the 4v3. Now that we see there's 2 mid. But obviously we need resources too. So, because instead we engage 3v3 into spell armor. And we just don't. I said we almost died there, and then we lose our stuff. And then we have 2 of them on the seat again. Raven doesn't have health. So, like I said, lots of changes there. But just try and think about what do we want our early game to look like. So, alright. Okay, so now, I said, so now that we're here, now we're forcing a dig in, which I agree we need to do something. They're taking our building, but there's no Diablo. Junkrat's now rotating up, and unfortunately, like, I don't know if there was a specific target you were looking at tongue there, Raven, or if you're just being a body, but the tongue attempt I thought should have came out. We just saw Sonya show. Yep, good ping. Good attempt. This is why I talk about how, like, you're kind of a pick, right? Like, you're short 1 CC to being, like, a true pick comp. You might be able to charge. Oh, see, then we just anti-synergied there. Memes had charge in, like, 1 second. But throwing the grenade meant that there's no way that he can, like, charge and flip again because of the angle. Like, he got booped away further. So, we probably couldn't kill him anyway. But it's on our side. We definitely want that seed. And so because it's our side, right, and it's an easier seed for us, they might just give and push with Sylvanas, which we just saw bottom. Yep, and here they are, pushing again, because the map is so big, right? And so, like, Ulysses is going to do his best to slow them down. Like, they're going to get the tower, the wall. They're diving him here now. There's 4 bottom, right? And we don't have dig for another 4 seconds. So, way to get on the mouth. That's the right target. Ulysses needs to try and go back. Well done. That was well ping, 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 ping. Well played. Goodness. Exactly what you're supposed to do. Memes is in trouble. Tower's back online. Dig, 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 dig. Dig, 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 dig. Dig, 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 dig. They've committed 4 people are fighting under a tower with no Sylvanas crap. Like, this is our fight. Like, I know Diablo has to go home, but, like, that Malf is dead. And there's Zera. He deserves to die for that. There you go. Now the dig. I don't know. I'll have to look at how much XP stuff was caught, but that feels really late. We got to the mouth. That's our win condition. Bam. Well done. Right? I think it took us too long to get here, because now they've committed so much to the map, right, that this Sonya's going to get this top for free. And there's not really, at least a lot of top pressure. And so for us, being that front-to-back kind of kill comp, okay, what do we do? Because, like, this is their strategy's macro. They're going to be running us around the map all game. So our first goal really needs to get 10s and need to get seeds. This next neutral seed is ours. We have to pretty much just take this chip damage that they're getting on the chin and look for the next fight. It's part of that. Oh my gosh. That's so sad. Like, not that Rhaegar did anything wrong, but just you can see the difference if that's an Anduin or a Tyrande. Something where, like, one more CC means Tychus can help you get the kill. Right? Like, he can actually get there, and then Ulysses can use the burst to finish. Okay, this needs to be pulled quickly. Okay, you guys got it done. I was like, you really need to make sure that you get it channeled before they interrupt you. And they didn't get much up here. We did good. We did good. Good job, team. We're recovering. Right? Like, they're definitely outran us early macro here, but I think we're still in this game. And the next seed, right? For those staying at home, where's the next seed going to be? It's going to be over here. Because it has to pick top, and it has to pick a spot it hasn't picked yet. So it's going to be over here. Okay, so since we know that the next seed is going to be top right, we can think ahead. Do we want to fight for it? Are we going to have 10s? Are we going to be, you know, looking to push our advantage elsewhere? That was a weird interaction. You got stunned right as you tongued. I agree. I like getting the hard camp. I really want to support this hard camp. We just catch soak. Good. Don't stay. We're 10s. Good idea. I like that we were looking for invades with 10s. I like it. Good idea. A noob saw us. This is a little deep. Okay. Are we going to try and fight? There's no 10s to fight with seeds. I 100% support pushing this. Push this, so that way Dahaka can dig in and help. If they respond, 5v5, Dahaka digs in, we're great. No one's isolated, no one's going to get blown up by Zeratul because they're not by themselves, and we can force that 5v4, 5v3. Heck, if you guys get a good push going, Dahaka can come in as the follow-up. We are going to try and fight for the 1 of 3 seed. That's a potential kill there. He did a bad rotation. We fought... Okay. So I think the logic that we were going for was, we have 10s, let's force a fight before 10s happen. But like, we took the fight half health and under tower. Right? And then our main source of damage got half a ding, right? And then gets silenced. If we're going all in like that hardcore, right? Like, even the Junkrat tire needs to come out immediately. But honestly, that just feels forced. And then they just happen to be in position because we didn't have vision. Right? Like, let's back up for a second from their perspective. Because we didn't have vision of... Oh, hold on. Maybe we did have vision of where they were. Okay, we took this camp. Okay, they just took this camp. We saw... Okay, we know at least 2 are middle. Right? The support and Sylvanas are at least middle. Anubarak was bottom anchoring for this camp. Right? So there's at least 2 mid. We're running to a mid camp that doesn't... That's neutral. This is a neutral wave. Instead of supporting the bottom camp and trying to get a building. Right? So this is just a macro shot call error. Right? Because we really don't want to be middle. There's no reason to clear this. Like, it's not like this is going to go anywhere. And then we have the pressure for once. Again, like I said, like, we don't have tons of macro pressure, but we have the pressure. We have the 10s. We have the global. Right? If Dahaka's watching Sonya top, says Sonya's top, then the 4 of you can start sieging in here. No vision. We now see a Nubarak, so that means there's at least 3 middle. Okay, so before we charge here, I'm going to quickly switch to everyone vision. So before you charged, Zera was south, these 2 were here. So for you to get a kill on a Nubarak, right, like every single button has to be pressed. Just because of how our damage structure works. right? So when we engaged, right, he was alone. We're taking tower shots now. We flipped him over. They just happened to be here. We had no vision that they were here. They just happened to walk over because they were on the top side already. They were getting ready for their seed. So for everyone to kill this, we did kind of group really hard on this Diablo, especially since both Ulysses and Kagami should be a little bit further back. I understand Tychus having to get in D range, but like Ulysses probably should be a little bit further back, and then Kagami maybe north. Not that I want him to die, but just that way we're not getting 3-man stunned and 3-man rooted. Right, so we get our damage out. We got our damage. We got stunned. We get silenced, and then Zera does Zera things, and then all that stuff. Okay. They try to keep pushing. Push them out. Okay. So again, our dig, instead of being used proactively, not that's Raven's fault, but he's having to come in and try and help save people because he's dying. Teal's going to TP out over here. Alright. Let's get our vision back to where we're supposed to be. Okay. So again, with all of that happening, that bottom camp down here died. That bottom camp we worked so hard for died to the siege minion again. Okay. So now we're at do or die seed, and it is on our side, right? We knew it was going to be, since it was top right, we knew that it was going to be bottom left because you have to give one to each team. So now that we know that the seed's coming here, we can play accordingly. We know that, hey, they might try to take this camp, right? They might try and take this camp to push while they're stalling here. And so if they do that, right, how do we respond? Can we fight for this camp? Do we want to fight for this camp? Right? Like, there's no one on the map for a while, right? They just did this weird push thing. They had to tap and get resources, so everybody's probably close to this camp. But it's just a thought. I don't know if we can actually do it, right? Yeah, it's already taken. So, that's at least an idea. Okay. So, I agree that this needs to be cleared before we go fight for the seed. Sylvanas is again pushing with it. That's 3 top. Zera's getting strong now. Zera's cutting off rotations now. This is a problem because now Ulysses has a hard time coming to help. Okay, so now they've got rotational priority here to the seed for you. I don't think they can burn it down, but you need to watch your rotation there, right? Because Zera's been... Okay, there's Zera. I was like, Zera's been running around. Oh, and there's the gank. So I don't know if we just didn't communicate how we wanted to get to the seed or what we wanted to do, but Anub was last seen this side. Junkrat said, hey, I had to walk the long way because Zera was like sharking the heck out of me over here. So there's potentially a gank happening. There's no reason to walk this medium difficulty route, right? Like, they're not on the seed, right? If I were them, like if I was in their positioning, right? I'm either, I saw Zera here actually right now, but if I'm in their positioning, I'm either walking this way to the seed because you guys are 4 top, maybe I can cheese it with my Anubarak, or I'm looking to kill you as you rotate down through this bush here because this is the easiest way for you to come. And so you saw the Zera, you check for the Zera. Rhaegar unfortunately walks first. And so if we walk left, we're fine. Or at least less dead. Right? You understand how like the idea of walking left this one? Like, I know the seed's up, and we're probably right-clicking on seed. Let's walk to the seed, walk, 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 and it auto-passed you the fastest way, and so we're walking right into their death trap. I back that up. That went really fast. But Ancestral did save himself. But I think poor Diablo just gets torn to shreds. So we saw 2 on the left there. Memes is 100 souls. Okay. This is, you got this. You got it off on yourself. Well done. It's not a bad hit. Dahaka digs in backline. 1v3 is on the mouth. ISO misses. Silence. Junkrat teeth. I think we're just dead. Yeah. Could we have dug in to the left bush instead? Like, I like the idea. We want to get to mouth, but like the team is getting engaged on again, and so I don't know how you're. Yeah, I don't know how you can assist from this angle. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Because like you hit your stuff, but like by the time you do, 2 people are more or less dead, right? Like they can't do anything. Sounds like we're calling Sonya, but then like Raven's in there trying to get out. Yeah, and then the stun Zera thing. Everyone's dead. So, good damage, pressure, damages peel. Okay, and so what red team should do is just push right away with the Sylvanas trait. Go take a building for free. Doesn't matter. Probably top. Actually, maybe middle. Whatever. Whatever's easiest. Top's the easiest, but whatever. They should take a building for free. Good. Good job, Heavy Group Therapy. Doing both is incredibly cheeky, but yeah, you guys figured out that you can't do both. Oh, Junkrat. I don't think there's anything you can do there. That's Zera things. Yeah. The only thing, yeah, as I say, I'm like, this late in the game, and once you hit 13, there's not a lot that you can do versus Zera. The only thing you can try to do is if Zera starts jumping on you, is to drop a trap and then boop yourself. So, you have trap up. So if Zera, like, just in general, if you're playing into people that you know can dive you, you might want to have your traps in a zoning position, so that way you can boop yourself away into the trap. So it's like, and not have it be destroyed, especially if you're not setting up for something. So, because like I agree with you, I'm panicking. Oh crap! Oh crap! Oh crap! He's on me, and it's like, but yeah. So it's like if you have your trap, there's a chance at least that the eggs kill him once he kills you. And then that wallbang just missed. That's super unfortunate. Oh, he does die. Okay. Oh my gosh, the brawl of a century. Yeah. Minions OP. 2 kills. 2 kills. That camp's OP. So, yeah. So we end up fighting split there. They get the seed, and they'll be able to push for trait. They get that minion. They get this building. Pushing top. Getting bottom. Did we just take an engage? So we have no souls on Diablo now, or 53. Okay, are we rotating up together to clear, or are we rotating up to attack? That's a question that you should be saying. Like, we're going up. Are we going up looking to kill them? Or are we going up looking to clear? Like, in comms, make sure you're talking about that exact thing. Because if you're going up to kill, we're rotating up looking to kill, Memes is in the right position. If we're looking up to clear, Ulysses is in the right position. Because you guys can't do both. Because now Memes looks. And, like, sure, if we're all together, like, this works. But, like, we weren't all together, so we couldn't take advantage of the Nubrak that was out of position. And now we're getting wombo comboed again. Because we didn't have vision of where they were. Right? The last time we see them in vision is here, when we find the Nubrak. So we know that they're still 4 top. Or 5 top. Did Sonya show? Two top, 3 top. Yeah, Sonya showed. So there's 4 top. Everybody on their team is top. So if it's 5 top, looking for a kill is aggressive and is going to get us killed. This is not the right call. Right? Either way, we weren't doing it fast enough to be able to be proactive to kill something here or to kill something here from the bush. Like, it's just too close. Right? If we're, like, in the bush already, ready for them, great. But we just need to go left. We need to cut our losses and not lose any more. I know we want to try and fight pre-16s, but, like, the Hawk is still doing homework. Like, yes, he can dig in, but you're going to have to preemptively be telling him, hey, like, get ready to dig top bush. Like, this exact bush. Get ready. Ping the bush. Because if you're looking, he needs to, like, as soon as you tell him dig, 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 he has to quickly either on his hit Z and then click the right bush on his mini-map, or he has to be, okay, where are they at? Up here. Okay, Z, click this bush, and then he can dig in. Right? Like, you really want to be using these proactively. And then we just get blown up. There's nothing you can do there. And then we just lost too many bodies, and that's probably a game. Oh, that's a good jump. That's a good tire. Yeah, they can end here with the plan. They have VP Zera on core. They should be able to run it down. Yep. Okay. Yeah, I see why this game post would feel super frustrating and super rough. So I'm glad that you guys submitted it, and I'm hoping that big picture, you see that what they did was not anything crazy. Like, yes, they had more macro, but in reality, our camps that we took got no value, right? We never created pressure. We never forced a dig engage. We never used our global to what they're really meant to do, which is to force those imbalances, take advantage of being able to be anywhere on the map at any time. Like, yeah, it just didn't work out. And so maybe as a team work on, like I said, as we go to the map, we're taking to Haka. What's the invade we want to do? Right? Like, plan ahead. What do we want to actually do with this? Like, hey, we're going to take the hard camp for the 2nd seed. Right? Like, we want to make sure that when the top seed comes up, that this hard camp is available. So we're going to take this hard, like, if you guys script it out for Garden of Terror, almost every time you could say, take hard camp, take bottom camp, whatever it is, either this one or this one, take bottom camp ASAP when it spawns. Okay, take the next camp, easy camp, or the hard camp, you know, if you're bottom, right? Take these camps ASAP. Okay, the first seed is bottom, so make sure to time these camps, whether you're this side or this side, time these camps, so that way this will pop when the first seed pops bottom. Okay, because we took this camp on time, that means when the next seed pops, say it's like, then when the next seed pops top, say it's like, we will be able to take this camp again, right? Because it's got to be that minute 30 interval. So plan that out, so that way you can get value out of your stuff and what you're doing. So, okay, let me quickly look at talents. I don't think there's anything super crazy. Fire Stomp into Fire Breath. He only cocoons you once, but obviously I like Fire Breath into Cocoon. It gives you the unstoppable, so you can cancel the cocoon if he's trying to dive in. It's also somewhat of a, like, I don't know. Nothing's really going to stop Zeratul, but APOC at least has a chance to scare people. Um, Especially if you're hoping to all in off of like a Junkrat tire and a Tychus. Um, yeah, I'm okay with either one. I think it was played fine. Just I said that one engage up here was way off. Um, so Fire Breath is fine. Movement speed, I agree. I don't think Hero Stalker's right here. We're not. You're never gonna be farming kills. Isn't the easy one on here? Lurker Strain. Like Lurker Strain is OP. Like I know it got nerfed a little bit recently, but this is your damage, and it also sets up tongues where you can like use that on both sides, and it also helps you get out. If you really want minion stuff, um, this increases essence for minions. You're gonna be soaking a lot, and you can do mercs better, so you can clear things. This one here, yeah, I would not take in this game. Tongue stuff, yep. ISO, yep. Lower armor. You're the only armor rip on the team, aren't you? Yep. Well, actually, Junkrat traps lip armor, but no, they don't. I lied. Yep, you're the only armor rip. So if you're playing for pick, either way, it's good. But if you're playing for pick, then you know, they, yeah, I think that's fine. Tychus range in the rhythm for longer Ds, sure. I definitely agree with the soldier. Odin for your siege. Yeah, that's probably right. And then spray and pray. Isn't there spell armor? Yeah, no, that's not. I was gonna say, I'm like, you probably want Neosteel coating. I know you already have armor here, but like taking the spell armor here means that Zeratul and Sylvanas do a crap ton less damage to you. To be able to pop that as soon as like a new Brax hitting you, like you're already getting 30 armor from being stunned or rooted, and that's both armors. And then when you come out of the button and you can push buttons again, you can push this one and you have 75% armor. Like it gives you a lot more ability to stand and fight. Taking in the rhythm and that's the stuff together is secretly bad because you tend to get so many dings that you never actually get your heal off in time. So just be careful if you do that. I definitely would have taken Neosteel coating this game. Junkrat all traps. That's fine with me. No problem. Extra round timers, okay. And totem build. Yep, totem. Yep, seems fine. I would say that I would have taken Earthen Shield here, but this is just because of knowing how their composition works. So the shield isn't a lot, but the shield might be enough for your Ancestral to get off. So when you're queuing up your abilities to heal someone, you can use effectively WR or RW. Like I said, I'm like either one, just probably RW, just because you want the Ancestral to come out as fast as possible. But like if you RW, the Ancestral comes out, and then you give them a burst of 14% maximum health shield. And so that might be enough to save them, so that way they can actually get the Ancestral off. So, especially since they're so bursty. Compared to more heals. This isn't a sustained battle, right? Like, you're not fighting long things where you need more heals, more stuff. So, it does reduce the cooldown, right? Which is nice. So you get at least a couple off per fight. But with the way that their damage structure works, right? Either the person dies or they don't. So, I definitely would have taken Earthen Shield on this one. Yeah, rest is probably fine. This is a decent idea to try and peel maybe the Zeratul or the other stuff. It can be quite annoying. Yeah, I think the rest is fine. All right. Sweet. Well, have a great one, guys. Enjoy your weekend. This is Rock. Catch you on the next one. Rock out.